Hello there, it's Jay Mastin, and it's the 15th of December 2021, day 2 of the case. It was meant to be a 3-day case, or 2.5-day case. It was meant to finish on Thursday. Today's Wednesday. This is regarding the Save Bridge Park campaign and our appeal case that we have in the High Court. I'm Jay Mastin from Stonebridge Community Trust, representing Appellant 2, and the case has just finished not too long ago. We haven't got a decision on it. The justices will make a decision and let us have that. I suspect that will be sometime in the new year. We'll wait for their draft decision, which they will send to the court. Just a summary of what happened by way of background. There were 2 appellants, Appellant 1, Leonard Johnson, Appellant 2, Stonebridge Community Trust, and the respondents, which is Brent. And it's an appeal case which we brought as appellants to against the trial, which was in July 2020, and the trial was lost. And we appealed the case, and we've been granted leave, and this is the result of the leave. We've got it. We had the hearing yesterday and today. The whole case was set for 2.5 days. But for Appellant 1, unfortunately, it only lasted 1 hour because the arguments they made wasn't carried, and therefore, as a result of that, the justices threw out Appellant 1's case. So Appellant 1 has nothing more to do with the Bridge Park and the Bridge Park case in law, and we're left now, Appellants 2, to fight our case. We're allowed to carry forward our case, so that's what we've been doing. We would have hoped that Appellant 1 and Appellant 2 were synchronized, so we could have fought it together, simply because there were 3 justices plus Brent's respondents. So effectively 4 against, it would have been 4 against 2, but in this case, in this way, because Appellant 1, Johnson's case, was thrown out, now it's 4 against 1. So it was quite an uphill struggle for our Peter Crampin, who's our barrister, to fight and raise the necessary legal arguments. I think he made an excellent case. He did his best, and it's just a case of waiting for the outcome, whether the justices saw fit that this is Brent, and the way it was purchased amounted to a charitable trust, and therefore Brent cannot do what they like in terms of disposing of the land and disposing of the property if it's subject to a charitable trust. They're restricted in how they can handle it, and they're only therefore we say Brent are only trustees, and at that, custodian trustees at best. So we have to wait for the justices to give us their decision on that, and I'm hoping that will be shortly. I'd just like to thank everyone for their support. Firstly, I'd like to thank all the solicitors and barristers that have been with us and supported us along the way, given us pro bono support. And in particular, I'd like to thank Hogan Lovell solicitors, Paul Tonkin, Yasmin Walji, for the work they've done and supported us. There's at least £500,000, maybe £600,000 to £700,000 worth of support they've given us. So even though we ended up not using them as Appellant 2, Appellant 1, we agreed for Leonard Johnson to continue losing that counsel because of the arguments they put forward. We couldn't agree that they would survive court, and we turned out to be right. So we had to get our own counsel to further the original arguments that we've been winning the rounds of court with up until the trial. Anyway, we'd like to thank Hogan Lovells for their support and pro bono support. I'd like to thank Garden Court. Leslie Thomas was the running Garden Court at the time, and he gave us personal support with Colin Cook, and found us barrister Stephen Cottle, and gave us his pro bono support. So Stephen, thank you very much for all the support you've given us. Leslie Thomas, thank you very much. I know you're no longer running Garden Court, but thank you very much, and I hope everything goes well with you in your professorship, if that's what you're doing in terms of education. I think you've gone into. Colin Cook Clark at Garden Court, thank you very much for all the support, and in particular Stephen. Michael Furness QC, thank you very much for working with us. We had left you by the time Michael Furness joined that council. We had separate council by then, and it was unfortunate that you were being instructed not to work with our council, because I think that would have made our case a lot easier to fight. And at best, we had a greater chance if we were synchronised. Either way, thank you very much for your support. I'd like to thank Axiom DWFM, Colin Jakes, our solicitor, who is working on this case. I'd like to thank Peter Crampion QC for his last minute efforts, who came in on this. Also, Axiom DWFM was our original solicitor at the very beginning in 2017, and for financial reasons he couldn't support us on a pro bono basis, so we had to go it alone for all our court hearings, but we had to be litigants in person. But Axiom, DWFM, Axiom have decided to support us as on a CFA basis, conditional fee arrangement basis, this time around. So that's why we've got the solicitor back in, and we had Peter Crampkin support on that. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for all of the other solicitors that's worked with us along the way. It's too much to name, but thank you very much for all the work you've done, and we hope that there's a positive outcome. We'd appeal to London Borough of Brent that whatever happens, we'd like to work with you to see that the community gets a solution that is fit for purpose and allows us to go ahead with our Centre of Excellence, our vision for Centre of Excellence 2035. We'd like to remind the community that whatever happens, we still want to build something positive, strong, that we have a stake in, that we have an interest in. We'd like them not to sell our land to GMH. We appeal to Brent not to do that and to reconsider matters. Either way, even if you do sell our land, to give us sufficient land for Centre of Excellence that we own and control, that would be equivalent to that which meets our needs. So we want to get something that we control and own in perpetuity. So that's our aim and objectives. And hopefully we can save the Bridge Park land, because we believe it is ours and we do have a full equitable stake in it. So thank you very much, Mastins, Stonebridge Community Trust, and thank all the members of BPCC that's helped us from the beginning. Thank all the members of Stonebridge Community Trust, all the directors, officers and members of that. Thank all the members, everybody along the way that's helped us, our in-house legal team, and just thank you all very much. Mastins, Stonebridge Community Trust. Thank you.